Hello, people, and welcome back to Notes from a Songbird podcast with yours truly, Myra DeShields Sparrow. I got hot in that sweater, y'all, for episode 13. I had to come out. So, if you know what Charlotte weather is doing right now, we're up and down. This morning, I was out early morning and it was about 30 something degrees and it was freezing. So, I came home, I had my sweater on, I still was a little chilled. Then, all of a sudden, it started to get warm. It started to hit the 60s, and I was like, oh, time to come out this sweater. It's too hot. So, we're back with episode 13, How to Handle One's Nerves, Turning Fear into Fuel. I am a believer of this because I get people all the time asking me, Myra, how in the world do you deliver these solid performances and you don't seem like you have an inch of nerves? Well, it's all in the practice, right? We talked about that in a couple of episodes before, and getting ourselves ready and rehearsing and so forth. Because the more you rehearse, the more relaxed you are. Also, the longer you've been doing this, of course, it's going to be a little bit more natural. So please don't compare yourself to me. I'm a veteran. I've been doing this for years. So um, not tooting my own horn, patting myself on the back here, none of that. It's just a matter of me telling you the honest truth. When you've been doing something for so long, this is where you get the delivered results because you've been doing it. You've been living and breathing it. So please never compare yourself to someone who's been doing this for eons and have been very successful, because these are individuals that have truly been rehearsing. They've been putting in the work and they're seeing the results of their work, and so are you. It's going to happen for you as well. You've got to get started for this to be your story, your end result. So let's talk about that. So welcome back. If you listened to the last episode, we did talk about the art of rehearsal, what to do before the stage, right? But today we're stepping into something a little bit more personal. And it's personal for you because your nerves become a thing that only you understand. And when I say only you understand how you feel about it. I can tell you, oh, control your nerves, do this, do that, but you're the one going through it. So this is why it's personal. So we're talking about those things that give us tension, oh, shoot up our adrenaline, just make us go crazy, almost make us forget the words and just derail us when it comes to a live performance. So it's that feeling in your chest. You know what it is. It gets real tight. Then your throat gets tight. All of a sudden, your throat doesn't sound the same. You're like, why is my throat cracking? What is going on here? What is happening? That's nervous tension. All of that's coming out. It's the moment, and it happens, the moment right before you step out on stage, and this mind is turning. Those wheels are just turning, and sweat beads may start to formulate. Your eyeballs start to do things, that you don't expect to do. Just things start to happen. Yeah, that thing is called nervous tension. Let me tell you something honestly. People don't believe this, but after 20 plus years of performing, I still get nervous. I really do. I still get nervous. Here's what I've learned though. Nerves don't mean that you're not ready. A lot of times people take that to mean, oh, I'm not ready. I can't control my nerves. That just means I didn't practice enough. No, 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 no. It means you care. Nerves mean you care. You care to deliver the best that you can. You care that you show up a certain way. You care the way people perceive you. You care the way individuals receive your gift. It bothers you if you don't do well. It's because you care. You just want to do a great job. And there's nothing wrong with that. And your nerves know it. And sometimes they just do the thing that they want to do to act up, when they're supposed to help you show out the right way. So let's eliminate nerves today. When I say eliminate nerves, let's not think of it in terms of it's a bad thing, right? We're going to talk about how to handle your nerves and how to use that energy as fuel. Think of it as, I need my car to move forward. I just have to use the gas that is in the tank to get me from point A to point B. So you already have gas. It's not a car without gas. It's a car that has gas in it that you're using to move you from one point to the other, from A to B to C to D. Okay? Even though gas is almost like $4, y'all. Anyway, we're not going to talk about that because that'll get on my last nerve. Anyway, that's a whole nother nerve. So let's talk about what nerves really are. And I have my notes because I always want to be succinct in giving you information. I always want to be intentional. I always want to have focus. And I'm a talker, so I can chat about this for quite some time, but I want to give you laser connect dots, laser path so that you can do what you need to do in order to start to begin to work on these things immediately, not later, but immediately. All right, let's break this down real simple. Nerves are not weakness. Does not mean you're weak. They're your body doing exactly what it was designed to do. We were born to leverage our nerves. Our nerves can tell us when to run, when to hide, when to be quiet, when to speak up. Our nerves really are like the pushing force that guides us how to handle a situation. It's the adrenaline, as you heard me mention before. It's also anticipation. That's why some people, when they're about to perform, their anticipation, that waiting is what gets their nerves sometimes cooked up because they just want to get it over with. Their nerves are taking over, but we don't want that to happen. It's also awareness that something meaningful is about to happen. Something great is about to happen. Something great is about to happen. Lean into that something beautiful is about to create it. All right. But somewhere along the way, we were taught to think if I feel nervous, something is wrong or something is going to go wrong. No, if you feel nervous, I want you to change your mindset to say that it's not about something going wrong. It's about something that matters, something that really intrinsically matters. The problem isn't the nerves. I promise you, the nerves are there designed to do what they're supposed to do. It's the story that we attach to the nerves. Instead of saying, oh, I'm nervous, I messed up, try this. I'm feeling energy. I'm about to do something important. Did you see the shift? The shift went from being negative to being positive, to taking those nerves from a negative use to channeling them for positive use. So think that way. Shift your mindset. I'm always talking about shifting one's mindset because that helps you to control your nerves. Your nerves, they're just pure excitement. You're about to do something great. So wait for the direction. Your nerves are going to guide you and give you direction. But tell your nerves, this is the way I want to go. Channel your thinking. Laser it. Focus. Remember, I'm not nervous to mess up. I'm nervous because I'm about to do something important. Take a deep breath. Now I'm going to tell you about my personal journey because I love these stories where I get to tell you what it's like for me. There's been times when I've stood backstage. My heart is pounding. My hands are shaky. And I say to myself, why are you feeling like this? You've done this a million times before. What is the problem? But the truth is, the reason why you say to yourself, why am I doing this? It's because you already know. Every stage is different. Every experience is different. And because you can't control the situation, your nerves kick in. You can't control the stage you're about to perform on. No, you can't. You just got to get up there and take that stage. What if they have risers? What if they have steps that you have to take? You already know where your brain goes. What if I fall? What if I trip? See what you did? See all of that? Mm-mm. So me personally, I would have to tell myself, practice taking those stairs, practice getting on that riser, step off the riser, step down the stairs, touch the foundation, control the foundation, control the nerves. What if I trip? What if I float? What if I fly? It's all in a way you change the direction of your mind. So every stage is different. Every audience is going to be different. I certainly have went out to sing for stages and audiences where the audience, they're smiling. They are ready to receive that music. And I've seen other audiences that they are, what is she going to do? She picked that song, well, she better deliver. You could already see it in their countenance. And they have an attitude that you can already feel their energy. Do you receive that energy? Or do I tell myself, based on those questions that they've asked me, do I flip those questions around? I chose this song because I'm about to deliver. I don't think I'm anyone. I'm just going to use the God given talent that was bestowed upon me. You see how I changed the narrative? That's one way to get in front of your nerves. Make sure you have a positive narrative. Guard your people who are around you. I talked about that in another episode, how to guard that narrative. Just be careful with some of that stuff. I had to learn, stop trying to fight your nerves, Myra. Lean into them. Stop trying to be in control of every situation. You can't. Now, if you've done the rehearsal, like you mentioned in episode 12, then do the thing that you expect to do. Lean into that. Let your nerves channel that readiness and go forward. Move with it. Move your body into that song. Glide into fly. All of that. I get involved. Get involved. And when you move like that and you're in control of that emotion and the dynamics, you're more in control of the nerves and the movement and the guidance. And once you're in control of that, you're telling your nerves, all right, I'm going to move that force to do what I want it to do, not the opposite, where you're letting your nerves take you in the wrong directions. You control it. I want you to think of your nerves as maybe a kitten or a puppy, and you controlling that puppy. You telling that puppy, up, you're going to pee here, urinate if you want proper words. You're going to defecate there. The kitten, this is where you're going to go. This is your home. This is your spot. Your nerves are like that. You got to tell your nerves, where do I want you to sit? Where do I want you to be today? Where do I want you to go? What are you going to show me today? That's the type of thing. It's the narrative. It's all mental. A lot of it's all mental. It starts mentally before it becomes something else. You ever have people say that to you? Guard your thoughts because they become actions. Guard your thoughts and then channel that action. That's what I've done, in my personal opinion, my personal point of view, and what's helped me to be successful in over so many years. Now, I felt the nerves heavy before I even stepped out on stage. And instead of trying to push them away, I paused. Imagine that. Where I worked, I just recently resigned, but I worked for a company where I had to do a lot of impromptu speaking. I had to do a lot of status deliveries, project statuses, updates, and things like that. And people say to me, why do you have this comfortable way of speaking? And I would say to them every single time, because I use the theory of pausing. When you pause, you tend to be more in control of your emotions because you allow yourself to think. You allow yourself to feel in the moment, just like I did. And there's nothing wrong with a pause. A pause allows you to catch your breath. So just pause for a second. You're allowed to catch your breath and then do what you rehearsed that you can do. Also, prayer. I'm a big advocate of praying. A lot of people don't know that I pray before every performance. I really do. I know some people say, what? Yes, I do. What am I praying for? I'm praying that I am able to lift someone up, help someone throughout their day, feel a measure of happiness, deliver as someone has requested of me. I take it so seriously that I guess it's my discipline. So it's just something that I've always done. As people go before a crowd and they start praying, God, help us to deliver this performance and things like that. I think they do that because they know that there's a weight to what they're doing and they feel like they want to deliver. Mine is a little bit more, and I'm not saying I'm better than anyone. Good grief. Never, never, never. I'm just giving direct information about my personal experiences. I pray before I perform and I pray afterwards and say thank you that you gave me the ability to do certain things. I'm very thankful for my gift. I have always been thankful for my gift. I think that is why I have been able to do it for so long. Not that God owes me anything. No, 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 no. That's not where I'm going. I'm saying thank you that you have allowed me to use this gift for this long. The day could come when I don't have it anymore, and I certainly would have to live with that and deal with that. And I probably would be fine with that, in all honesty, because I've had it for so long. It's okay. I know what it is to have it and use it, but I just think to be appreciative of the gift is critical to controlling those nerves as well. Really appreciate, take stock and appreciate the gift that you've been given, whatever it is. If you're a musician, a dancer, singer, performer, artist, poet, whatever it is, be thankful for your gift because that is a form of artistry that you have been given, that you have nurtured, that you've honed, that someone is willing to listen to you, express yourself through your artistry. So I really feel that that is important. And this is a little off book in my notes because I just always want to bring authentic personal experiences to you so that you can connect. Okay. And I also believe in using some of these tips for jobs, whatever your job is, whether you're in education, whatever your job is. These tips are so critical for being able to control nerves because public speaking is also a measure of controlling your nerves. So, same application when you think about it here. All right. So, I used to tell myself, you did the work, you're prepared, just be present. Now show up and deliver. At the moment I stepped into the song, something then would shift for me. Not because the nerves just disappeared, but because I stopped letting the nerves lead me around the room like the dog. I led the nerves around the room like the dog or the cat. I told the nerves what to do. I was in control of that. And when I tell you to stop trying to be in control, I mean stop trying to be in control of every single moment. I've certainly made mistakes on stage, but I leaned into those mistakes and used them in my performance. That's what I mean. That's where you take the power and you take control. You allow for the mistakes or whatever it is, and you don't take yourself so seriously that now you can't even perform the song the way it was intended because you're so caught up in yourself. You're so full of yourself. Don't be full of yourself. Don't be full of yourself. Be humble, submit, submit, and you'll be a better performer when you submit to the feeling and the performance and the song and the intention. All right, that's my passion coming through. Let's talk about some practical ways to calm your nerves. Breathe. No, for real, breathe. Breathe. I allow myself to breathe. I just performed this huge song by Nina Simone. I breathe right before I took that mic. Birds flying high. I breathe. I allow myself to breathe through that song. And if you breathe, you allow the nerves to settle. Allow yourself to go there. It's not shallow breathing or rush breathing. It's not. Slow down your breathing. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Do it again. Inhale through your nose. See how long it took me? I think I counted like a 6 count. Up, down. Settles me, helps me drop my shoulders and just relax. A relaxed singer is a better singer. A singer that's full of tension. Sometimes you're singing too hard, it's coming through too piercing. Let your body settle. That's what I just said. Because you can't be calm if your breathing is chaotic. If you're, we're about to have an asthma attack or something's going on there. No. See how I did that and my body just dropped? Just allow it to happen naturally. And then you sing naturally. Hey, 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 hey. I'm just breathing it out, like letting it go. All right. Reframe the moment. Instead of thinking, what if I mess up? Ask yourself, what if I reach someone tonight? What if I touch someone tonight? Trust your preparation. We talked about preparing in a couple of episodes before this one. If you prepare, it's going to connect you back to your rehearsal. We talked about preparing in one episode. We talked about rehearsal. Go back and look at those because they're critical. And listen all the way through, y'all, because I give you my utter emotion and passion in what I am teaching. I want you to get the points and go back. Just because you listen to it once, go back. Go back. Go back until you learneth the lesson, until you can practice that lesson, until you can deliver it just as instructed. I promise you will be a better performer and control your nerves. If you've done the work, then you have something to stand on. If you don't do the work, you have nothing to stand on. I have a showcase coming up and I'm going to be performing with this wonderful vocalist and he's shooting me stuff weekly, shooting me stuff. And I'm going, wait, what? And I'm like this. And it was a day I just didn't feel like singing, y'all. I just was so out of it. I just didn't want to. And I knew I was wrong for that. What did I do? I didn't do anything. But you best believe the next day I got on it. I got on it. Now, why didn't I do anything that day? You're going to have bad days. You're going to have days you don't feel like doing this. But if you know you're performing very soon, you better hop to it and do what you need to do because there lies the discipline. A disciplined person is not going to let something happen to them. They're going to take stock on what they need to do. They're going to put in the work. And I certainly am a believer in putting in the work. I don't care what the situation is. I don't care. I am going to put in the work because I have that discipline. You must first learn to be disciplined. Discipline, show up for work. Stop calling out from work. They're expecting you. They're counting on you. Show up. Show up. If you change your mindset to show up, you are a different person that people can count on and people want to keep you. Your employer wants to keep you. Show up. These are disciplines in everyday life. Whatever it is that you're assigned to do, show up. Give it your best. Don't be lazy. Lazy people are out of work sometimes because they're just that. They're lazy. I'm not talking about people who showed up every day and did what I did and they got laid off. Those are not the people. You stand in your power. You are excellent people and your time cometh. I'm talking about people who are lazy, not disciplined, want somebody else to do the work from them. And maybe that's another episode because I'm going to talk about what that looks like anyway. Because I got stuff, y'all. I got life lessons and I want to give these to you. Okay. Trust your preparation, right? So like I said, if you've done the work, you've got something to stand on. Confidence is not going to come from guessing. I talked about that in another episode. Confidence is not going to come from guessing. It comes from preparation. And from preparation comes the consistency in your delivery. See that? I'm giving you the recipe to success. Release the tension in your shoulders, your jaw, your hands. Some people sing and they're clenching. Well, all that tension is here. You're not going to perform well if you're tight. Let go. Let it flow through your fingertips. When I'm singing, I'm doing all of this, y'all. I'm full of emotion. I'm so into my gestures, and I am doing like I dance with my fingers because I let that music flow through my entire body. I'm moving, I'm doing stuff that I didn't even know I was doing. When I look back at performances, I'm like, girl, what are you doing? Girlfriend was living that moment. That's what you want to do. Live the performance and perform, and you will see a different person come to life every single time. And you're going to get better through time, and people are going to want to book you. Let that tension go. Tension in your body, clenching your fist, shows up here. Release that tension. Okay, important. Center yourself. This is personal. For you, like I told you, it might be a prayer. For me, it's always prayer. It might be a quiet moment. It might be you going off and sitting in a corner somewhere and just thinking of peaceful things and having a moment. It might be simply some type of positive affirmation. I am ready. I am capable. I belong here. Find what grounds you and return to that thing. Okay, what to do in the moment. Let's say you're on stage. You've done everything. Your nerves hit you. Here's what you do. First, pause, then breathe. I said pause and breathe. Make a song out of it. Pause and breathe. Second, stay in the story. Stay in the story of what you're supposed to be doing. So go there in the lyrics, be there. A small pause feels big to you, but the audience will barely notice it. So that pause is your superpower. Don't jump into your head, stay in the song. And I want to thank the singers who have been taught under my wing, because I see you. I see you doing the very things I told you to do when you perform on stage. And mama's proud. Mama's proud. And so are you, because you know you did the work. You did it, not me. All right. Don't jump into your head. As I said, stay in the song, because the moment you start overthinking, but what if this, is it this word? You disconnect. That's happened to me where I'm thinking of the words and I'm like, wait, does it rhyme with this? If you're thinking, you're not performing. Stop doing that. What if you make a mistake? Keep going, because here's the truth. The audience doesn't know what you planned, only what you present. So don't expose the mistake. Just move right through it. That's a professional. Turning nerves into power. I believe in making your nerves your superpower. Now, here's the part that I personally love. Because once you understand this, everything changes. That nervous energy, it's not here to hurt you. It's fuel. It's what gives you performance. It's going to give you performance. It's going to give your performance passion, intensity, presence. You must be present. Stand in your power. Without it, the performance feels flat. So instead of trying to get rid of it, use it. Channel it into your delivery. Birds flying high, you know how I feel. That's power. You stand in that power, right? Let it add feeling to your voice, because when you care deeply, a song like that I was just doing, feeling good and fooling around with it, the audience can feel it. Guess what? The audience felt it that day. They were talking through the song and they had me wanting to laugh and stuff, but I had to hold my, frame. But I knew I had them. I was touching them. Go with it. Touch them. I want to leave you with this. If you feel nervous, it doesn't mean you're not ready. It means you're about to do something incredible. It matters to you, so it matters to them. And that right there is where the power is. Use the power. Don't wait until the nerves disappear. Show up anyway. Sing anyway. Perform anyway. Your nerves are not here to stop you. They're here to remind you that what you're about to do matters. Thank you for spending time. I really appreciate you showing up every episode for Notes from a Songbird podcast with Myra DeShields Farrell. If this episode spoke to you, share it with another artist who might need this reminder. Listen, y'all, we're out here performing. We're out here doing the best that we can. But we can always learn more. We can always hear that positive person in your ear saying, you can do it. That is me, Myra DeShields Farrell, Notes from a Songbird podcast, and I wish you well. You are going to do this. Stand in your power.